so much for coming today. Everything that I do, a lot of my sensibilities as a young little gay guy, I owe to Austin. So it's really exciting and wonderful to be here and to see how this city has changed and grown and exploded, you know, and how this festival today, we're going to be talking about this 20, 30 years from now and be like, remember when it was like the International Drag Festival the first year?
Yeah. Do you remember how no food showed up at brunch except for queso cheese?
Sorry. It was a real... So would you guys like to meet one drag queen who actually is fresh off the boat from the UK here? Please welcome Martha DeArthur.
Martha DeArthur!
Yes, girl. Have a seat. Grab yourself a microphone, honey.
Hi.
Thank you so much.
Did you know that actually the Alaska's hi is the perfect bee?
Sorry, say that again?
Try this, ready? You guys want to try it? So I'm going to give you a pitch so we all can do it together. Hi.
Hi.
There you go.
That's a little American hello.
Welcome to America, darling.
Martha,
Thank you so much.
Martha, I want to congratulate you on the birth of your new princess.
Thank you very much. That was hard work pushing that out, but I did okay.
Do you have a favorite for a name? Because the little princess that was just born yesterday, they're saying maybe Alice or Charlotte is going to be the name.
Alice or Charlotte. I think they should be really progressive and call it Frank.
Ooh, with a PH? Frank.
With a PH, just to be really avant-garde. That would be fabulous, yes.
So royal babies, because I'm an Anglophile too.
Just like Michelle Visage.
So you have a royal baby George.
Yes.
And
He's going to be our king one day.
And now Frank.
And now Frank, yes.
Let's just call her Frank.
Frank's the fourth in line.
We like that.
So Martha, you guys, tell us about how drag queens actually were involved in making marriage equality a real thing in the UK.
The campaign for it was fronted by Stonewall, and a lot of the LGBT groups for political parties got involved. So there were vigils. We had vigils down outside the House of Lords every time the bill had to be voted on in the House of Lords, which is where any amendments to our laws go first. And the Gay Men's Chorus were down there at the first vigil. They sang for 7 hours outside the House of Lords. We were the most politically, musically positive protest they'd ever had there. And I went down to the first one and thought, do you know what? There needs to be some drag representation down here. Yeah. So to all the other, after all the other vigils, I put on my best wedding gown, and I went down and supported the Gay Men's Chorus and Stonewall, and just put a drag front on it. And then I talked about it a lot in my gigs and a competition called Drag Idol. It will happen for America. You've just got to be patient. I know there are some very backward-thinking people.
June, hopefully.
But the one message I wanted to bring here was, continue to campaign with positivity and tolerance and with love, because your haters will be aggressive and they will be negative and they will stand there with their placards and they will be spouting all kinds of nastiness. And if you can meet that with positivity and love, people are more drawn to your message. And that's what we did in London. We had the Gay Men's Chorus singing. We gave away free ice cream. That works.
Ooh, people love free shit.
Positivity and love.
And we had, the religious anti-equality law people, a lot of religious groups.
Inequality.
And what were they giving away? Bibles?
They were giving away a lot of nasty language for a lot of them, and getting in your face and talking, and spouting scripture at you, which they don't really understand, most of them that are vocal about it, to be honest.
Now, you've been here at the Austin International Drag Festival, so you've seen a lot of drag acts.
Yes.
What have you seen, how is the drag scene here different than the drag scene in the UK?
Well, the first thing that really took us by surprise is you guys tip your queens. You show your love with money.
Somebody give this woman $1. Somebody give her $1. Come on.
I see. Come on, Vice Squiggly Bones.
Oh, bless. Oh, thank you. I have to get up now.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
The draw side of the doll. Thank you.
We're getting used to this here, by the way. We're enjoying this. But no, it
is a US dollar, by the way.
That's okay. That's about 5 pence in British pounds. That'll buy me a sweetie. Thank you. The tipping culture is different here, and your structures of shows are different here. In the UK, the only time drag queens get together en masse as a group is to raise money at charity events. We do have a couple of collectives, the Meth Lab and Family Fierce being one of them. But we mostly perform solo in the UK, and we get paid well by the bars that we do it in, and we encourage the customers to buy us drinks. That's how we get tipped. But the culture is very different. There's much more lip-syncing here. Not so much lip-syncing in the UK. A lot of us perform live. Just the format is different. But the great thing about coming here and watching all these various acts, and you've got some fabulously diverse acts, and it's been a real eye-opener. And what's been so lovely is, despite all the differences, the similarities are what bring us together and make us a community. And every queen I have met, there's been no nastiness, no aggression. It's been like meeting family you didn't know you had. It's been a glorious event. It's been fabulous.
Yes. That's just Austin, Texas, though. Don't travel too...
Well, I'm off to New York on Monday. That's going to be a different kettle of fish, so I might take all that back next week.
Well, you just met some of the wonderful girls from Bushwick, so I imagine you've made some friends there now.
Oh, yes.
So they'll welcome you into their clutches.
Yes, no, every queen we've met here is just... Well, I've been asking us lots of questions about England, and we're talking frocks, and I have bought a dress from Austin, Texas, so that's going to stay with me. It's been the most incredible 3-day festival. And it was a risk coming here. It was expensive to come here. And the 6-7 of us that came from the UK were a little worried. We thought it's risky. There's never been one before. We don't know what to expect. And there hasn't been a single second we've regretted coming here. And I haven't stopped smiling and chatting and talking to people. And it's been glorious. I'm not eloquent enough to tell you how brilliant this has been. And I hope there's lots more.
I hope that you don't regret it now doing this show with us.
I'll wait and see it online, and then I'll tell you.
We've been backstage with you girls. It's been demented, twisted. As Vivacious would say, we turned it out, work it out, all tea, all tea. Thank you. And so we're going to bring in another drag queen. She was the first Rue girl to be in our Cooking with Drag Queens series. Please welcome from RuPaul's Drag Recap, Pandora Boxx.
Pandora!
Give me a high five or something, right?
Hi.
Hello, Pandora. We should call you Mandora because you're not in drag.
Pandora.
We don't say that word ever.
Oh, because that's what they called your team on All Stars.
Oops.
With Mimi.
Edit that out.
It's
Sorry.
all those teams got really beautiful names like Rujubee and Jarlexis, and then it was Brown Flowers and Mandora.
Well, it could have been Padme, Pandora.
Mimi.
Yeah.
We were contractually obligated not to bring up Mimi on first.
Yes.
Damn you. So we showed Michelle Visage the episode of Cooking with Drag Queens with you. You remember that?
I do.
And what is the most controversial aspect of that episode?
What you made me do.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
And so it was, you know how RuPaul goes, and may the best woman win, right? But you went...
Because she's old and rusty.
She's old.
She's not rusty. She's old, but she's not
She's
rusty.
old, honey.
Let's talk about recap, because you're kind of the person, like, when do you actually get to see those episodes? Because you kind of know what's going to happen before anything goes down.
True.
Have you seen all the episodes so far?
No.
So you do know how it's going to end, kind of, more than anybody. This is the person here. If you want to know how RuPaul's Drag Race ends, kidnap her.
Yes. Get some truth serum, otherwise known as whiskey.
Just be like, here, Pandora.
No, I mean,
drink.
Drink. It's the same as other seasons. They have it like they're gonna do this thing at the reunion and shoot all that. So
Okay.
nobody knows how it ends. And when they do the reunion, they shoot 3 different endings.
Right. Well, everybody knows that.
Hypothetically, I think.
Hypothetically.
So
Like
you know
years.
all the way up until the reunion is what you're telling me.
No, I don't. Because the episodes aren't always ready in time.
So do they re-edit an episode in order to make it easier for you to write a joke about it? You're like, you know what'd be funnier?
No, but thankfully this season the girls have given me a lot of material.
Are they? What do you think, though? There's a lot of people that say that season 7 is the worst season ever.
They said that about your season.
They didn't say that about 2. They did say it about 3, but not about... You were 2, right?
No, our
2.
season was
Your
good.
season was awesome.
The only thing about our season is I walked in, I was like the second to last, and I walked in, and I was like, oh, I think I'm on the wrong show, because who are all these women? Because they all look like really girly and really womanly, and I'm in like a fucking pink tutu, and I was like, oh, here comes the clown, yay! And then Tyra walked in, and you're like, oh, that's a winner.
Your last video, unicorn. You're dressed up as a unicorn.
Correct.
For the kids out there. Where's
Kids.
The children's.
Well, I wanted to
why
make the gayest music video of all time, and I might have done it.
Yeah. Did you keep the jammies?
Yeah,
The
no,
unicorn jammies?
did I keep the jammies? Who else bought them? You
Well,
know,
I mean,
I bought the whole fucking
Do
video.
you sleep in them?
Do you sleep with them? They're really cute on you.
Well, if you want me to, I will.
Ooh.
Oh.
We are staying in the hotel. I did notice you on Scruff.
There's a song for Jonny McGovern, but he's coming later. He was like, clock. Did you hear Jonny McGovern earlier?
I mean,
He was clocking us.
For what?
He's got some song about like a polyamorous relationship and
Oh,
stuff.
I
He's like, I'm talking to you, feast of fools.
I must have walked out of the room. We'll get to that later.
So with you, you're cranking out music videos. You're hosting Drag Recap. And you're touring. That's a lot of stuff.
It is. Yeah, no, and I actually we did the Battle of the Seasons tour, so I just got back from Europe. Like, I actually don't even know what day it is.
Brazil.
Right now.
You were in Brazil.
No, I'm not Adore Delano.
Who fucked a
Only
guy,
I was
got
like
on a
19
plane.
and an amazing singer and touring the world and being fabulous. No.
Did you see what she said when she got here to Austin Drag Fest? I just got off of a Brazilian dick, so I want you guys to applaud really loud for me.
I heard the Brazilian dick's really good, so that's probably why
it's
she was.
wonderful.
I'd be a little
Round
bit
of applause
hard
for
at-
Brazilian dick. Applause.
Now-
I mean, I'm waiting to see Austin dick, so somebody better show me something.
So, of all the queens that we've ever had on the podcast, no one has gotten more requests to come on the show than Tammie Brown. Please welcome her back.
Tammie Brown, Brazilian
For
dick.
Brazil. You're the one who's...
Hey! How much dick did you bring us from Brazil?
I haven't been to Brazil yet.
But you're going, right?
Yes, I plan to go very soon, as soon as they book me.
Oh, awesome. Tammie,
if you guys want to grab a microphone and chime in, there's one over there, too.
Yeah, please
Tammie,
come
what
on in.
planet did you just come from?
Planet 10.5,
Ooh, is that as in inches?
hashtag .105.
Why are you calling your
10.5?
planet 10.5?
Because Planet 9 is an Ed Wood film.
Oh, so it's a reference to Ed Wood.
Well, they were saying go back to Planet 9 or Planet 9, so I think I actually said Planet 9, but I'm not from Planet 9. It's Planet 10.5, and we have a trailer with a star on it and your name on the door.
Oh, all there.
So let's talk about your brand, Tammie
Yes.
Brown, the brand.
Because
Yes.
drag queens are all talking about their brands.
My
these
brand.
days.
I'm not sure if doing this podcast is right for my brand, but I'll do it anyways.
What is the Tammie Brown brand?
Well, the Tammie Brown brand is wholesome entertainment for everybody. It doesn't matter what age you are. I can please anybody.
Okay.
But there
I'm
is
happy.
like this kind of wonderful, you're the queen of the non sequitur, at least through reality TV show editing. Like a lot of people don't realize that walking in children in nature actually meant something.
Correct. It
Right.
meant that I was volunteering a long time ago to do something. I would take inner city kids from the concrete jungle, and I would take them for a walk in nature and different hikes and places in California, like Temescal Canyon and different things like that, and we'd take them. And sometimes when the kids were walking, I don't really hold back when I'm saying it. I would say to some of the kids, watch your wigs, in the branches.
Yeah. How many kids did you actually walk when you walked children in nature? Like 20?
There'd be about 20 of them.
And they're like, Tammie, can we go home now?
Only one time I had a little sister like that. And I had told her, actually, shut up! Because she kept asking to go eat. And we were a quarter way through, and she kept asking and asking. She was an 8-year-old. She just couldn't comprehend. No diaper. So I said, shut up! And then I felt so bad, and I went home and wrote a report on myself and filed it, because you always have to write a report.
So in
Bring
some
it
ways,
deep
you're
there.
still walking. You're walking nature in nature because you work with organizations for conservancy of the planet.
Right now, I volunteer once a week with Michael, who's backstage. That's my accompanist. You might see him in a lot of videos, the guy with the hair.
He's
Yeah, he's
really
very
cute.
He is cute.
Stick your head out, Michael. Come on.
Mike, show them out.
Show your package.
He's in the dressing room doing lines of cocaine, but.
No, cocaine for him.
Hi,
Cocoa
Mike.
leaves.
Hi. It's Bob Ross. Paint me a picture, Mike. Paint me a beautiful picture of us naked in embrace.
Oh, he's not afraid of being nude.
I know.
Oh, really?
You guys are like nudist friends. Like he identifies as heterosexual.
What?
Your friend Michael, right?
He's a heterosexual lover.
And you identify as gay.
I'm a homosexual, yes.
And you guys are like
transvestite.
old best pals, and you guys go like skinny dipping together.
Well, perhaps, but I'm afraid of my shrimp.
The shrimp in the water. But you guys
yes.
are actually like old friends, and have been collaborating for years and years and years.
We
right?
met a while back in Long Beach. In fact, we say like we never met.
You just known each other through your entire lives.
Yeah, we have a connection, soul connection.
Is there something you guys would like to share with the group here?
No, we're just laughing about the fact that I'm glad you cleared up the charity because I thought you were kidnapping children and taking them to the woods. I was confused about that for a minute.
No. In fact, I even said, and taking care of old ladies. Because I had friends.
You calling
that
me an old lady? You looked at me when you said
I
that.
was looking that way. Fast. That's quick. Pandora, you're a unicorn. Woo!
I'm so
Unicorn
confused
orgy
right now. I
night.
don't really know what's going on.
So you released an album. It was called Hot Skunks.
Yes, hot
Yeah,
skunks.
You're like, unlike a lot of drag queens, you actually took your catchphrase and turned it into a song, Walking Children in Nature.
Correct. Why not? I look around this crazy world and this is what I see. All the plants and animals are screaming up at me. They say, Tammie, won't you spread the word and say this in our name?
Walking Children in Nature is my game. Is that how it goes?
No. I want to turn this world around.
I'm going to turn this world. So it's selling well on iTunes.
It's selling good, moderately, pennies, but hey, better than nothing. Gotta watch out for the tax people.
Are you writing any new songs?
Oh, yes, I'm always writing something, or I have a creative partner, Rodrigo Beroso, para los Latinos.
Oh.
And,
Yeah, people don't realize that Tammie Brown es bilingüe. Habla
sí,
inglés y en español.
soy una tejana, soy un tejano, and that means a Texan. Woo!
From Corpus Christi.
Well, I was born in Corpus Christi, but I lived up the road about 45 minutes, Rockport, Fulton, Texas.
Oh.
And they have the Gulf Coast shrimps.
Now, how long did you live in Texas before you moved to LA and pursued your life as a drag queen?
I went to high school and here in Rockport, Fulton, and I went to the prom in drag. I had to write a letter to the ACLU here in Austin, Texas.
Yeah.
And I had to give it to my principal and say, look, I'm going to drag. And they said, I'm going to the prom in drag. And I showed him the letter and I got to go in drag. And I was doing high school. I was doing drag in high school. And that's where I learned the phrase hot skunks, because we had a huge Vietnamese community there. And there was a girl named Han Lee, and that's her Vietnamese name, Han Lee. And she was frying up some stuff, some French fries, and some grease popped up at her. And she goes, hot skunks! And there's that TV show, FOB?
FOB?
Fresh Off Boat.
Yes,
Fresh off
yes.
the boat, yes. On ABC
and
television.
Some of the other Vietnamese kids would snicker like, she's an FOB. And they would try to say mean things like that about Han Lee. But me and Han Lee were friends. And that's where I got the phrase hot skunks. And we also put it in Spanish, zorrillos calientes.
Excellent. Muy bueno.
Así que sabroso.
Delicioso. Gracias, Tammie Brown. We're going to bring
Thank you.
the superintendent of the New Orleans School for Wayward Drag Queens, Vinsantos Defonte. Vinsantos.
Where I go.
This is the supreme of the coven in New Orleans drag.
So you watched American Horror Story.
I've seen it.
And you got inspired to do the drag school girls. What made you want to do a school for drag queens?
Actually, I was working a show with Miss Tammie Brown in New Orleans, and it was kind of the first alternative drag show that I had seen since I moved there, and I was really missing that kind of element coming out of San Francisco and being around that my whole life. And the show was super cute, but people were really kind of lax about the quality of their performance.
Yeah.
And I thought, here's an opportunity to make an amazing kind of underground drag scene happen. And I'll take my something years on the stage experience and share it with these kids and see if we can't build some kind of new community.
The kids over here on the sofa are terrified of you.
It's mutual.
I was looking really fat every time I got up off this really low couch, so I thought I'm moving one more time and that's it. That's why I'm all the way over here.
You're at the end. You're at the end now.
I want to say it's great to finally meet you in person. We've talked on the phone extensively and been friends online forever, but it's just amazing to see you with shirts on.
Well, thank you. Honey,
I can take it off. It is hot in here.
That would be great.
we're going to do a nude podcast with all the drag. What did you guys think about the HIV ad that was running where they had Jujubee and Raven taking their clothes off?
It was
Like,
super
no,
hot.
put it back on.
It was like, I'm not sure what we're selling.
It was like this is what AIDS looks like.
Actually, that Jujubee got all these messages saying, "Oh, girl, thank you. I'm so glad it's so great. You're so proud to come out and admit your status." And she's like, "I'm not. Like, that's not what the commercial's about. Like, I'm not HIV positive." She's like, "It wouldn't matter, but I'm not." And so everyone thinks that Jujubee has AIDS.
So, Vinsantos, what are some of the challenges that you've encountered running a school for drag queens?
First to clarify, it's not a school, it's a workshop.
Okay.
So we have people from all walks of life coming in at all different levels. We have experienced queens that just want to try and work on a different kind of side of themselves, or, first timers, people that want to just experiment with drag and see if it's for them, and other people that come in to specifically build a career and go to work doing drag. So I think the biggest challenge, with being any kind of teacher is your students are mostly fucking lazy and irresponsible.
Oh my God.
So how do you correct
That's been the
them?
one consistent thing.
Wait, hold on a second. So it's an accredited school, and you're like,
Oh, yeah.
you could like get a
Listen,
diploma.
in Louisiana, they'll accredit any school.
Yeah,
you could just be like, it's a Christian school. Oh, here you go.
You actually can get a diploma. They're from Office Depot. Signed by me.
And
So
lipstick.
do you give grades? Like, do you, if you
I
want
don't
to get
give
an A,
I don't give grades, I give gigs.
you give gigs.
Yeah. So like once they
Right.
graduate, the ones that rise to the top get booked around town and actually can make money. And then the boogers, I can really not book much for them besides maybe somebody's birthday party in a backyard.
But
For no money.
don't all drag queens
We
sort
gotta
of...
call them sisters in need.
They're sisters in need.
Sisters
Oh,
in
is
need.
booger offensive now to people?
Booger
Yeah.
has been offensive.
Oh, okay.
Don't be a
That's
booger
the not
basher.
PC
It
term.
was intentional.
Sisters in
It's
need.
supposed to be a
Yeah,
sisters
that's
in
like
need.
the N-word for drag queens.
Oh. I don't think it has the same history.
It's
but-
we need to say sisters in need, please.
Okay.
Thank
Yeah.
you. It's,
We are in Austin.
We are in Austin. We don't, listen, don't
So-
get into it. Please don't keep this off of Tumblr, people. I beg
So,
you.
New Orleans drag typically is much different than the drag you're used to. Are you?
Southern drag was a brand new thing for me. I had known about the court system and the pageant system. I was never really around it. And New Orleans is such a small town that if you're going to go see a drag show, you're going to be exposed to that immediately. And I love all drag. I was just, a man in a dress. I'm sold.
Why are you wearing those glasses and that hat? Did you have plastic surgery or something? It's like,
Bright lights.
is it the bright lights?
I'm actually in full face under these glasses. Yeah.
And so you were telling us before we started recording that you've had some blowback from that community.
I've had a lot of blowback from some of the dowagers of the pageant community because they see me getting a lot of press and they see my students getting a lot of attention. And we have every kind of drag queen that's come out of there. We have 29 draguettes, and have everything
I'm
from
gonna ring that bell every time you say put drag in a word.
we have everything from like the total fish that works at the drag club on Bourbon Street for the tourists.
Not every time. If it gets a word, that's
All the way to like the most weirdest gender fuck kind of underground performance artists that you can think of, and to a lot of the pageant queens, the pageantry is the only kind of drag. officially there is no, like, everything that we do is not considered
And so
drag.
what does that blowback look like? Are they like sabotaging your
It was
stuff?
mostly actually just bullshit Facebook threads. And it blew up one night. There was this long thread that somebody turned me on to, and it was obviously about me and my children, although they wouldn't say my name. Oh. And at some point, it just became so obvious that I jumped in. And I jumped in on, starting out with an open mind and an open heart and an open mind, and tried to kind of relate to them somehow and explain to them, that what we're doing is valid just as much as what you're doing. And then somebody made some kind of comment about the way I look and about my face, and then it was on, and then I shut it down.
Yes, honey.
Yeah.
The train keeps
But
on going.
I don't want you to think that, it's the entire pageant scene in New Orleans. I'm friends with lots of those girls.
Yeah.
It's just, I think some of them feel really threatened. There's not a lot of work in town. We get a lot of gigs. I get a lot of paid gigs. I work in the drag scene and the burlesque scene. And so I'm booked all the time. I get to travel.
Yeah.
These are really regional people. They're very simple people.
Well, you've seen that, between the pageant girls and the alternative girls or the RuPaul girls. There's always some friction there because some people get some gigs.
I don't think so. Is there friction?
No?
Do you guys see friction between these girls?
Well, we put a stomp on the pageant scene.
Yeah.
Yeah, we shut it down, they
Shut
said.
it down.
Oh, really? Is that
Because we
the
get
opinion?
booked with higher prices than they ever will.
Oh.
Rich white women, right, Johnny?
Well, we're mixed.
Well, I mean, I think that's the difference between myself and ourselves and these kind of court-approved systems is those queens are paying to perform and to be in these pageants.
Yeah.
Much like, Honey Boo Boo or any of those childhood pageant things. It's a scam. And I said it first, but,
There's only one other podcast in the world that we share so much in common. It's like sisters from brothers and sisters from a different mother and father. You know what I'm trying to say. We are connected at the hip cosmically, and Jonny McGovern and Lady Red Couture do an extraordinary series, which you guys love and adore, and we do too. Hey Queen, which is fantastic. They're here joining us. Would you guys like to all of us be here together?
Little Kai Kiki.
Welcome, Jonny McGovern and Lady Red Couture. Seats. Yes. Are we gonna share?
I'm like Mark right now.
Hi, Jonny and I hugged each other, and the universe didn't end.
No space-time continuum rip.
How you doing?
I'm good. It's been a fucking delight being here, and I loved seeing Cooking with Drag Queens for the first time. It looked so good.
Will you guys come and make some fried chicken with us?
Yes, Lady Red really can cook some motherfucking fried chicken up, honey. She can do it.
Oh, yes. I am an expertise in fried chicken.
What kind of fried chicken do you like?
I like spicy fried chicken with just a hint of honey mustard in the batter.
Yes, and if she doesn't like the fried chicken, she will let you know. I tried to take Lady Red out for fancy hamburgers one time. That was a huge mistake. Lady Red saw the small hamburgers come out. She said, "What? And they don't come with fries?"
I mean, the plate was
furious.
smaller than my hand, baby. What the fuck am I supposed to do with that?
Nothing.
I need to eat, honey.
There was rosemary on the bacon, and she was furious about that.
I cannot stand rosemary on my bacon, bitch. I just want the bacon, you know?
No artisanal bacon for this woman.
So how did the two of you guys meet each other?
I saw Lady Red perform with Calpurnia Adams at Hamburger Mary's.
Yeah.
And God bless Calpurnia Adams. And Lady Red just blows everyone around her out of the water. I became obsessed with her. I thought she was amazing. And then I asked her to appear in my video for Dickmatized.
Oh, yes.
Where she played one of the Banshee Round the Way girls.
Yes, it was so much
And
fun.
she upstaged all the other queens that were with her. And then
She's good.
I wrote her a song called Rich White Woman. She came and recorded it. And that was the
Yes.
first time I figured out that Lady Red does drag 24 hours a day. Because she came to the session looking like this. And I said, you know what? thank you so much for dressing up and being in character just for the session. And she said,
I said, this is me, baby. What you mean dressing up?
so then we just did it. And when I was thinking about Hey Queen, it started off as a very abstract concept that I'd sit at a table with another person and have a conversation that's like, hey Queen, and they'd be like, hey Queen, and that was it. Then I thought, Lady Red. And then it all came together. I knew if she was my like drag Ed McMahon, then it was all good.
Johnny, do you have any questions for our queens here?
Oh, I mean, they've answered so many questions, but I'd like to see, I mean, Pandora's been on Hey Queen, but I'd like to see them all on Hey Queen.
How about that?
Come on,
I
Hey
want to
Queen.
know. Hold on a second.
Actually, I'd like to know, I'd like you all to know that Tammie's very attractive friend is in the back stretching and sleeping on a stool in a very erotic way.
And I know you noticed the package. I know you saw it.
I noticed everything, and I said to him, that's right, go ahead, take a nap. Just take a little nap. Don't worry, nobody's gonna do one thing to you. And Lady Red said,
Not with me around. That's my buddy.
we wouldn't do a
Go walk
thing.
some
Well,
children
maybe Lady
in
Red
nature,
would.
Tammie.
Lady Red said, I wish I could sit on a club, a chair at a gay club and show my asshole, but that wouldn't work.
Now, one thing that I really love about Hey Queen is the shade that Lady Red Couture throws. Because some drag queens are full of themselves, you know? And it's like they're there, and you're the nicest, sweetest guy. Always just positivity, kindness. And then they cut to the camera, and you're like, bitch, please.
I mean, you know, I love everyone, but that don't mean I like everyone. You know, it's a difference, baby. It's a difference.
I
Yes.
want to see, can you do this for me? I want to see like a closed caption of the entire episode. Sell this. People, I'll pay for it, okay? Is Lady Red Couture watching the whole thing and just be like,
Well, she's eating most of the time.
Yeah, if you want to watch a bitch half pay attention to a show for an hour, you can.
Because you know, in Korea, they actually have a feed like you can pay money to watch people eat on the internet, and people have a whole career of just professionally eating online.
Lady Red, let's get to Korea. Time to go to Korea, Lady Red.
I'm just saying, if they want to pay me, you know I'm a big bitch.
You know you're going to be there.
I don't mind, bitch. I mean, somebody brought me 30 pieces of chicken on Hey Queen, bitch, and
That's the fried chicken challenge coming up later this season.
by the way, I have,
What?
it all got eaten already.
Oh,
I'm just kidding.
that was a cruel trick.
I'm sorry.
You're about to get your ass beat by Lady Red.
I
That's
was
not a good
hungry.
idea.
I'm gonna fuck him up as soon as the camera's off.
You're like, where's my fried chicken? You promised me fried chicken.
Y'all feast on my ass. I'm going to kick your ass. That's what's going to happen to you.
You know,
She
we
seems
actually
nice.
did an upcoming episode of Cooking with Drag Queens, where we go through the history of fried chicken
Drag
in America
chicken is
with a
delicious.
drag queen. And it's like, it's a really controversial, highly contested, what's in fried chicken, what's the right way to make it. What's your favorite way to make fried chicken?
Okay, my favorite way is the traditional way, which is usually biscuit battered fried chicken. That means you do not just dredge it one time, but you dredge it 3 times because you want to make sure the egg wash sticks.
Oh. Do you like using breadcrumbs as well, or just Bisquick mix?
Why the fuck would I do breadcrumbs, baby?
For crunch.
Why the fuck?
You can't cook if you don't have no crunch in your motherfucking fried chicken and you gotta use breadcrumbs.
It's really good.
I'm just telling you.
You wait till you see our video and you'll know. You'll be a believer.
Don't try it. And
y'all-
don't mention
but
vegetables
the thing is,
because she'll get
Y'all
angry.
cook vegetables, so there's no competition there.
Breadcrumbs is
Y'all want to be healthy.
suspiciously
Y'all
close
are
to
gorgeous.
vegetables.
That's the thing. Y'all are gorgeous, and that's wonderful. I'm fat, bitch. I want to eat and enjoy my life.
My mouth is watering
Everything
so
I make
much
has
right
butter,
now.
bitch. Even lemonade, it has butter.
Hold on, Martha, what you gotta say there?
My mouth is watering so much right now. If I come back to the States, can I have a fried chicken education on Hey Queen? Because I'm hungry right now.
Sounds like a plan.
I don't know what you're talking about, but it sounds great.
You've been to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame Museum. There's a photo of Bo Diddley backstage frying up chicken before he goes on stage.
Yeah, he carried a fryer around with him.
Yeah.
He liked his own.
You know,
Maybe you should
I
just
don't
get a
see
fryer
no
for
fried
her.
chicken in that backstage International Drag Festival.
How about that?
Yeah. What up with that?
How about that? No, don't do that.
I had my
Y'all have
first
a problem.
taco.
I would never leave.
So I want to really thank you guys for joining us in this like drag kiki festival. It's really extraordinary. And you know, Jonny, it's really, after all these years, it's like we've admired your work from afar, and to get to know you and to see you, it's really a treat.
Ditto. I think you guys are great. And I think everybody on the couch is great. It's just been such a lovely time. Thank you for including me.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us, Austin International Drag Festival.
Thank you.
2015.
Thanks.
Bye, Gwen.